What's up guys, Mana here, and this is the BMW G310 Roadster. And yes, I will be giving you my thoughts and opinions about this since I recently took this out for a quick spin around the city, and because I was also curious about it. As a former BMW sales executive, I always have a soft spot for the brand, and I tend to be biased on how amazing their motorcycles are. Riding comfort, awesome performance, great handling, exceptional build quality, and seemingly future-proof styling has always been the hallmarks of their motorcycles. And I'm sure a lot out there share the same sentiments as I have. Now, when the BMW G310R first came out in 2018, I believe, I was already 4 years out of the brand due to personal reasons and have already moved on to my current employer. So I never had the chance to check it out in person or take one out for a spin. However, I did read about the bike specs and performance, its development with TVS, which is an Indian motorcycle company by the way. Seen some of the reviews about it saying it's a great bike for beginners and it offers decent performance for a lightweight entry-level street bike. So my expectations for this test ride were obviously very high, impressing and leaving me praising it down to its last bolt. But after this test run, I felt disappointed and a little confused. Here are my reasons why. On paper, the G310's engine performance is pretty impressive. 313cc of liquid-cooled fuel-injected single-cylinder 4-stroke with dual overhead cam, and it produces 34 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 28 Newton meters of torque at 7,500 RPM. Now, these numbers are indeed very impressive for a small displacement motorcycle, but during my spin around town, it did not feel the way I expected it to be. Right from the start, low-end torque was basically non-existent, and the power builds pretty slow for an engine that revs so high. Weird. I also find myself giving it a lot of gas looking for that sweet spot in the rev range, to dart in and out of traffic. The meat of its power is somewhere in the upper rev ranges, and that's not where I like spending most of my time. Maybe a sprocket change would fix this though. Shifting gears also requires a bit of effort. It doesn't have that smooth shifting action found in BMW's bigger bikes, and it feels clunky going up and down the gears. Clutch pull is very light and you can easily regulate it with 2 fingers, which is a good thing. But then again, the shifting action is something that bothers me a lot. An aftermarket shifter might be able to, do the fix, but who knows, or maybe a simple cable clutch adjustment. The handling is another weird thing in my opinion. The bike weighs in at 158 kilograms and it's pretty light, and it does feel like it carries its weight low and forward, which is nice, right? Now, having a short wheelbase, one would think it'd be an agile bike, but for some reason, it's not on how I experience it. Weaving in and out of traffic at speeds requires a bit of anticipation, and it feels like something is holding it back from leaning into the direction that I want it to go. I'm not sure why. Could it be the suspension or something to do with the steering geometry? Who knows? On low speed maneuvers, it is a bit compliant. Well, not really. It requires a bit of effort. I'm sorry to say this, but an air-cooled 250cc Honda design in the 80s is way more entertaining than this bike. Now, it's not all bad for my first impression of this mini roadster. There are many things that I like about it, and I believe new riders will find this very, very appealing. First of all, the seating and ergonomics. Despite it looking a bit on the tall side for a street bike, it has a very low and narrow seat, allowing you to place both feet on the ground. For reference, I am 6'1" and I can do so with both knees still bent at stoplights. The seat itself is surprisingly very comfortable, even though it's thinly padded, and the reach to the bars is very easy. Even though they're low and very narrow, for my taste, I find it comfortable without putting much strain on my bad lower back. The best part is that I am able to squeeze the tank with my knees and my feet are at a comfortable position. Now, the riding position gives you that in-the-bike feeling as opposed to other bikes that make you feel like you're just sitting on top of it. This one is like you are one with the bike. Braking is also one of my favorite parts of this one. You got a large disc brake up front and a double piston caliper, and also a rear disc brake with single piston caliper. Both sides are equipped with ABS, and stopping this bike from speed is very easy and also very predictable. In terms of build quality, I was not expecting that much at first because, well, after all, this bike is a rebadged TVS. But on first look and feel, I was pleased to find that the fit and finish is actually better than I thought. BMW did a great job in making this bike feel premium, just like their bigger motorcycles. Yes, there are areas where this bike feels cheap, but that is to keep the price down. Now, is this bike something I would recommend to a new rider? To be honest with you, I'm on the 50-50 on this, especially if you talk about a brand new unit. For the price of the new bike, I expected better engine performance, smooth shifting, and confident handling. But for a little more, I would highly suggest you go for a KTM Duke 390 instead. That bike will blow this one out of the water. But as a second-hand purchase, well, why not? Yeah, go ahead. This bike has been around since 2018 and the list of pre-owned units are there. Check out FB Marketplace or whatever ads that you have there. Most of the owners have graduated from this model and are looking for an upgrade. For sure, there are low mileage and very well maintained examples out there at reasonable prices. That's it for my first ride impression of the BMW G310 Roadster. If I was given more time with it, I might be able to come up with a better opinion. Who knows? I might, retract all the things that I said earlier. Before I end this video, I would like to give credit to ORION Muffler Shop for an awesome product. This bike is equipped with an exhaust system made by them, and I have to say the quality and workmanship is top-notch. This is my first encounter of their product, and I'm very impressed. Check this out. Check out how the G310 sounds like. Anyway, that's it for this video. Give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. As always, see you next time. Bye.